What's up, people of YouTube? So today's story comes from Reddit, and basically there's a post on Reddit about 6 months ago, and the question was simply that millionaires of Reddit, how did you strike it rich? And the most upvoted response came from a person from Vietnam. Long story short, his family, which consisted of about 13 others, pretty much fled during the Vietnam War to Canada. And basically his grandfather, who had a decently successful business, sold everything and paid for about 300 others who couldn't afford it to flee from Vietnam to Canada with him. And so his family, and pretty much everyone, sort of started up as minimum wage workers, as janitors, restaurant workers, etc. And they realized that they needed to get something better going here. So the grandfather, who had a business going before, decided to start up a mushroom farm. And I was not expecting this, okay? When I heard this, I was like, what the F? Basically, okay, so I'm assuming what happened was all 300 of them worked together, but maybe it was just the 13 of them who were in a close family. The grandfather, he decided, okay, we're not going to do these minimal wage jobs. It's not going to work out. It's a hard life. It's a hard economy. So he said he was debating between starting a chicken farm or a mushroom farm. And then he decided on a mushroom farm because he didn't want his family killing chickens or killing animals for a living. So him and a few of the uncles took their life savings, and what they did was they invested that into starting up a mushroom farm. And initially they got scammed and sort of, mistreated by the corporation that they were, or the local Canadian company that they were selling the mushrooms to. And so here's the part where I was like, WTF. Basically, okay, this farm, they decided they didn't want to sell to this company anymore because this company was scamming them and doing all sorts of stuff. So they started their own company, and now they are the largest the largest mushroom company in Western Canada, and they ship, I believe it is 40 million mushrooms per year, and most of this guy's uncles are millionaires. And I'm like, what the heck? I just have to say, like, when I first read that story, I was not expecting it to go there. I mean, crazy stuff. So just sort of shout out to you guys. Great job. Props to your grandpa. I know, he had a really good heart for sort of like selling out his, small sized business in Vietnam, and then spending all of his money to send his neighbors who couldn't afford it to escape the Vietnam War. And I mean, now they've struck it rich. Now all these uncles are now billionaires. His grandpa is a millionaire at the very least. Maybe not billionaire, but yeah, it just goes to show you how far things can go. And obviously there may have been a little luck involved, but you could really much tell that these guys weren't actually, they didn't go out there to sort of strike it rich. They just went out there to sort of do what they did, and they just were trying to make a living. And I guess a little bit of luck was obviously involved, and their mushroom company became the biggest in Western Canada. So big props to you guys. I, I'm most interested in how exactly they went from like just starting up a mushroom company from scratch with their life savings, which was probably a very, very small company, and becoming so big. And obviously, I guess you probably had to have made a lot of good business sort of decisions, and most likely you probably realized that, hey, these other companies, they're scamming people, they're setting their sales too high, they don't know how to farm mushrooms anyways, and you just capitalize on that, you know. Most likely they were selling overpriced mushrooms to the general public and just scamming the public, scamming the farmers they were buying mushrooms from, and then just flipping the sales. I don't know how it was. It's just quite an awesome success story, quite amazing, and you guys seem like very humble people. So I'm going to link the Reddit post in the description below. Obviously, the Reddit is already archived, so it'll be there for all eternity for you guys to read. And yeah, great props to all of you guys. And obviously, it seems like you guys are a humble sort of family who, judging from the person who posted it, this guy was the grandson of the grandpa, and he seems like a very humble person who, along with the rest of his family, is not really concerned about money and had no plans of striking it rich, simply on just making a living. And so, yeah, great props to you guys, because with the money you've obtained, I'm sure you guys haven't, you know, sort of got up in your heads and sort of lost how you were before because of all the money you've gotten. And on top of that, it seems like, you know, you would have lived a happy life with or without money. And yeah, it really doesn't matter. So good for you. And I think the big moral for me is, at the very least, is just work hard. I mean, it's not about making money or not making money or just anything like that. It's just simply living life and living a good, honest life. So yeah, I've rambled on enough. As always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.